Okay, Sam Davis. Let me see. Recalling Sam Davis and I, beginning of our friendship. After I left Bethune-Cookman College, I transferred to Allen University, and it was during the second semester of school. And Sam and I met up. I got on a track scholarship. Sam and I met up at the gym, and he and that guy Red Porter, we called him, were working out, and I wanted to try to get myself ready for spring training. So I asked him could I work out with them in the weight room. And during that period, we worked out casually. I didn't know him that well. Although both of us were from Florida, but he was from North Florida, Jacksonville, and I was from South Florida, Belgrade, Florida. But anyway, that's how our relationship started. And each day we would work out in the gym, and then that afternoon we would go to track practice. After about 2 years, we became roommates. Uh, the school secured a house where all the athletes could stay, football players and track players could stay. And Sam and I, we lived at the same house, but we weren't roommates at per se, but we lived in the same house, but we still work out together. But moving it up a couple of years from there, we they built Higgins Hall, and we became roommates. He and I were roommates in the new dorm, Higgins Hall, and that's where we really got close. Uh, I worked in New York as a counselor, and when I come home, I would buy a lot of clothes during the summer, and he and I would exchange clothes. Because we were roommates, I allowed him to wear some of my jackets and stuff, but we became real close. And then after senior year in college, I got drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, and I went home, and then I was able to purchase a car, Mustang. So that time, Rock and I would go back and forth home in my new car that I got, and he and Tony had became close, and my ex. So I moved to Fort Lauderdale so we could work out together before we went to football camp. And that's how we really got real close, because every morning I would pick him up. We'd go to the beach and run, and we're getting ready for football camp. After that, I had to go back to Belgrade, but anyway, the Atlanta Falcons sent me to Huntsville, Alabama, uh, because I had gotten an injury, and I went to Huntsville to do rehab. And during that time, they had acquired a football team in the Pro Football League, and I did rehab plus I played football there. But I came back home that December to get married, and Rock became my best man at my wedding, and his fiance, Grace, we call her Tony. Her father and I became real close because I moved to Fort Lauderdale so we could be close enough to work out together. We went our separate ways after both of us went to football camp, and we conversed on the phone a couple of times a year, and after that we grew apart. But we were really close in the last 2 years of school, and the year after that. He went to Pittsburgh, and then I went to Atlanta, and we kind of grew apart after that until probably 10 to 15 years after that. And he came back to the school, and then we talked about old times. But he was a close friend of mine. We used to lay in the bed at Higgins Hall. We had a basement room down at Higgins Hall. We laid in the bed and we just talk about our experience and what we wanted to do after our career was at Allen playing football. He was dedicated, and then I liked working with him because he was a dedicated person when it came to physically getting himself prepared. And I learned a lot from him during that time of weights because had never been involved in lifting weights or anything like that. But I learned about it, and then I just took it from there. But Sam and I, we had a good 3 years together, and we were really close. And then subsequently after that, he came down, and he was my best man at my wedding when I got married. And he and Tony came over. She was maid of honor, and he was the best man. Very quiet, nice guy. I always liked him, and until the end. And we conversed, and then after he got hurt, we didn't. Our relationship grew apart, but we had a good 3 or 4 years of good friendship, and that's one I would cherish, for the rest of my days. But a good teammate, good dedicated person when it came physically to try to work out, and there was nothing I could ask of him that he didn't do. But I hope this will share some light on our relationship at Allen University. Thank you.